The Luzerne Foundation, here for good since 1994.
The first day that I heard the word Community Foundation, the question was posed to me by Frank Bevavino, and we both said, what is a community foundation? So that began our odyssey to find out what it was, where it could fit into Luzerne County, and how we could go about establishing one.
It all began with two words: what if? What if there was a way to support the many charitable organizations in northeastern Pennsylvania with sustainable funding? What if individuals or companies could put aside monies for causes they champion? What if a fund could encourage greater philanthropy in our community? The Luzerne Foundation began with $10,000 and one fund. Today, the foundation has assets of over $30 million, 285 funds, and has made grants in excess of $65 million.
The Luzerne Foundation is a community foundation serving Luzerne County, is growing significantly just because people understand who we are, the kind of good that we're doing across the community, and our ability to bring people together to work collaboratively and collectively to address whatever issues. That's really the most gratifying thing that we do, is pulling people together, pulling ideas together.
The Luzerne Foundation supports nonprofit organizations that represent 7 areas critical to a healthy, caring, growing community: social services, education and scholarships, arts and culture, neighborhoods and community development, youth issues, historic preservation and the environment, and health and wellness.
Well, I think the foundation in regards to arts and culture within the county itself is just, it's enabled the quality to increase, and the funding base has changed drastically because there's an entire funding base that never existed there. It's created a lot of opportunities, whether it's a theater group, an artistic chorus, or a band that's a not-for-profit, or an event like the Fine Arts Fiesta. Everyone seems to have benefited.
KISS was founded under the principle of training young people in the art and craft of theater. Not all kids come from families that can afford a tuition payment to go through this great experience. And it's there where the Luzerne Foundation has been so helpful to us.
Well, obviously our focus at the Kirby Center is on the arts, but I found in my time that the Luzerne Foundation's focus is more on the community as a whole. Their support is not only far-reaching, it is incredibly unbiased. You know, we love when we bring Elvis Costello to the Kirby Center, but we really love when we bring the opera or we bring Shakespeare. Those are the types of things that we like to say make us, us. But they also, those aren't the shows on which we make money. And that's why we rely on the generosity of our community and of our donors and of our members, and on organizations like the Luzerne Foundation.
Little Theater is the granddaddy of community theaters in northeastern Pennsylvania, and one of the oldest in the country in terms of continuous operation. Little Theater actually exists financially from show to show. That's where the Luzerne Foundation has been so valuable to us, because we've been able to come to the foundation periodically and say, look, we have a leaky roof. And I think without those periodic infusions of cash, we'd be hard-pressed to continue our mission.
Youth and education are a focus of the Luzerne Foundation.
And we knew we wanted to do something big, but he said, you know, a scholarship fund for the high school, which fit our desires. Mike was an athlete, and he was an excellent student and a school leader. And we have had some wonderful athletes. They're all wonderful leaders and scholars. And it's hard to believe, but we've already had 4 graduate from college.
Now that we have a community center, we feel very, very happy, because we have a place which many people can get together, learn, and share a different culture. We have different nationality, and what we care is about children, the way that they can learn, because we want to be sure that our next generation have that type of feeling, getting together, learning together, and have a better city as a citizen that needs to be done.
We are very grateful for the Luzerne Foundation support. Every penny that we get is given to the children. We need many things. We need books, we need school supplies.
The extensive knowledge of the needs of the community makes the Luzerne Foundation a logical clearinghouse to promote efficient use of resources and effective communication.
The Luzerne Foundation is a valuable partner in our community. They are helping to find needs and discover needs and bring the charitable resources to meet those needs. The community is better because of the Luzerne Foundation's in it.
They are the catalyst for change, but they are our community convener, and that's a role and a function that was unfilled for many, many years, and the foundation has done a terrific job.
The Luzerne Foundation was instrumental in pulling together the people that needed to be at the table to discuss bullying. All the agencies in Luzerne County that worked with bullying in some way or another, openly partnering with organizations like the United Way, the Family Services Association, and the Rainbow Alliance.
And they look for measurable results, and I think that's so important. As someone who is targeting resources into the community, it's not just about giving the money away. It's easy to give money away.
Our mission is to conserve land in perpetuity, and so we think that's a direct tie-in to what the Luzerne Foundation is doing. We're conserving land in perpetuity for future generations to enjoy, and the Luzerne Foundation is here in perpetuity to help the community grow and prosper.
The Luzerne Foundation was instrumental from the get-go. In fact, it was Charles Barber who put out the request for the initial meeting, which pulled together the United Way, Family Service Association, because of our connection to the community with Helpline, Salvation Army, and the American Red Cross, and some of the other key players, the Commission on Economic Opportunity.
The foundation has always been a resource for those interested in philanthropy. Would you like to know about the nonprofits serving grandparents or arts organizations? Ask the foundation. Do you need information about the tax implications of establishing a fund? The Luzerne Foundation regularly works with accountants, attorneys, estate planners, and professional advisors.
The Luzerne Foundation, to me, is personal. It gave me a great opportunity to learn how to be a philanthropist in the community, learning from giants, Rusty Flack, Gene Roth, Frank Bevavino, Alan Kluger, giants of civic leadership and philanthropy. And so that, to me, is an important lesson of the Luzerne Foundation. It teaches the community how to be philanthropists.
I believe that one of the most underappreciated facets of what the Luzerne Foundation provides, particularly to startup organizations, nonprofits such as our own, is the ability to use their 501c3 as a pass-through. What that enabled us to do was go to businesses on both a local and national level and raise funding that they were very interested in providing to us, but never could have if they couldn't use it as a tax deduction.
Our organization has been able to identify matching grants and fundraising opportunities to collaborate with organizations to better serve the community.
We feel that we have an arm that will help us when we're in need. And each year we're in need, and we feel that not only they're helping us, but they're helping the community.
A number of people come to me and to my partners and other colleagues, and oftentimes inquire as to how they can best do their estate planning, to leave money not only to their families and to the charities that they have an interest in, but oftentimes they're looking for other vehicles, other places to put that money. And people like attorneys and accountants and financial planners have the opportunity to tell the story of the Luzerne Foundation to those folks.
The Luzerne Foundation offered Rusty and me the opportunity to start a family fund within the foundation, and it has since proven to be virtually the perfect vehicle for us to direct charitable dollars the way we see as a family where the most need is. I have the happy occasion to sit down periodically with my now adult children and get their perspectives as to where they see the greatest need in our community and how we as a family can better serve those needs.
The Luzerne Foundation, and especially through its Millennium Circle Fund, has been the creator of the Millennium Circle tribute site, which is right at the River Common here in Wilkes-Barre, but the ribbon, the beautiful stainless steel sculpture that's 37 feet high. And at its base, we have the names of hundreds of people that have participated in the Millennium Circle and that are active members of the Millennium Circle.
The Rusty Flack Society encourages people to remember the Luzerne Foundation in their estate planning. Why is that a good thing to do? Imagine back in the late 19th century, early 20th century, the time of the coal barons, great industrialists, there was an incredible amount of wealth in our valley. And had those people had a resource such as the Luzerne Foundation to deposit their wealth or think of future generations, those funds would have grown exponentially, allowing those funds to better serve the community needs today.
My parents are very active in the community, and my father's on the Luzerne Foundation board, and I see how much they give back to the community, and I just want to be a part of it.
And I believe that everything that each of us high school students are is a result of our community, and I think that any possible way we can give back to the community is a worthwhile organization.
That's the beauty of the Luzerne Foundation. It doesn't worry about municipal boundaries. Where there is a need, that's where the Luzerne Foundation is going to go. That's where they're going to provide their leadership. And whether it's Hazleton, Wilkes-Barre, the Back Mountain, Nanticoke, Pittston, the Luzerne Foundation is going to be there.
Here for good. It's really a pregnant phrase. It's more than a slogan. It talks about the mission and the purpose for the foundation. Here means not only place, but it means time. Even the preposition for, it denotes duration and it also denotes a purpose. Good is a fabulous word that describes us because it is incapable of definition. So my idea of good doesn't have to be yours, and it can be sought after and it can be accomplished through the Luzerne Foundation.
We're here for good.
We are here for good.
They're here for good.
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 The Luzerne Foundation is truly here for good.
It's here for good, here for good, here for good.